How hard is it to build a PC in 2021? Are prices ridiculous right now and parts nowhere to be found? Let's answer all of that now and go through the PC I built here in August of 2021. All right, here's a part breakdown of all the components I used in my build. I know a lot of people are going to want to see that right off the gate, as well as then the prices I paid for each of these items. I'll leave this on screen for another 30 seconds or so as I share. This happened to be my first build for myself. I've built a couple computers before. I made one in 2019 with my brother, and I built one in 2020 for my parents. But this guy is all for me, and I'm very excited. For my build, I wanted to keep the price fairly low, but I wasn't hyper fixated on absolute minimal cost. I mainly just didn't want to eat the markup prices that are still prevalent here in 2021 due to the pandemic, due to mining, due to chip shortages, etc. And so the question is, how do I find the prices and know what to pay? Well, let me show you. There's 4 or 5 websites that I always use. The first website I think we all know is PC Part Picker. This one, if you aren't familiar, is super helpful. It'll allow you to put together a part list, show you which ones are compatible with each other, show you the estimated wattage, and it even has cool graphs showing what the prices are for certain components over time and if you're getting a good deal right now. Oh, and one other thing, if you're looking for a specific card and on here you don't see the price in the corner here, you may just need to go to Amazon and then search 1080 Ti, and here we can see they're going for about $900, I would say. So now we have the new price, but how about the used price for all these parts? For that, we're gonna go to eBay, and specifically, we're gonna go to the sold section of eBay. So if we do an example, let's do our graphics card, 1080 Ti, hit search, and in my case, it's on the left. It may be on the right for you, depending on your screen, but scroll down to where it says the show only section and click sold items. And once you do that, you're gonna get the price that people are actually paying for these graphics cards. So if we look at this for an example, 470 seems like a pretty good price. 500, 550, 600, 700, 675. Okay, maybe those are anomalies. So now we're probably looking at $600 on average for one of these graphics cards. Prices where they're super low, usually it means that they are broken or for parts, so you can throw those out. But occasionally someone lists the price wrong, and yeah, in theory, you could get one for super cheap, but don't count on that. So now that we have the used price, we're gonna go to the final 2 websites that I use, which are OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace. Now, big caveat, yes, these are only truly super effective if you're in a larger town, something like Los Angeles or Chicago or New York. You would have an absolute gold mine where things are posted every single day, multiple times a day, and you can just refresh and see what pops up then. If you live in the middle of cornfields or somewhere else, it might not be as effective. You might have to rely on eBay, but either way, at a minimum, you have the price you should be paying and you know what not to bid too much for a certain component. So let's jump over to OfferUp and let's continue on with the example of the 1080 Ti. And if I hit search, let's see what pops up. In this instance, this guy has listed it one day ago, $680 for the 1080 Ti. Looking at eBay, we can see that we would only want to pay $500 at most if we want to get a good deal. So you could message this guy and try and get him down to $500 or less. It's probably hard given he listed it for $680. If we bounce out, go to the next one, actually even worse, $760. This was posted 6 days ago, but you can see there's a reason why it's posted 6 days ago and not sold. I think he's listed it too high for what people are willing to pay for it. The way these apps work is whoever responds the fastest seems to have more of the leverage. So if you're saying, I'll do this price right now, I can pick up right away, then the seller is like, oh God, yeah, I could sell it now. Do I want to sell it? Sure, boom, I got someone. Or if it's reversed, if you're trying to bid down and you're taking a while to respond and you're debating whether you'll do the meet in the middle price that the seller tried to get you up to, it won't work in your favor. In my build, as you saw earlier, I did end up getting one of these 1080 Ti's for $475, which I think is a great price, or at least price I'm very happy paying given that it's $900 on Amazon and it looks like $600 on eBay. I happened to catch a listing 15 minutes after it was posted. They put it up for $500. I could have just shot and took it right then and there, but I wanted to get a little bit of a discount if I could. I took a risk because someone could have just sniped in 500, let's do it. So I offered $450. They were actually a little hesitant at first because they're like, I only just put it up. So I'm like, all right, $475, let's do it. Immediately met up with them within half an hour and I got the card. The dude was actually very nice. He actually let me try out his gaming setup, which is really sweet. I guess that is something to mention. You do want to know what the card was used for. So if it's used for video editing, that'd probably be best. Gaming is fine. If they overclocked it, you might want to ask that question. And if they used it for mining, I would just steer away from it myself personally. The graphics card for me was the main component that was my deciding factor. If I can get one for a good price, then I'll build a computer. If I can't, then I'll hold off till I can later. And well, here's the proof. We did it. A couple other components that I got used. I got my RAM for $50 compared to the about $100 that it goes for. And my CPU, I paid $180 for it. Right now, new, they're going for like $280 on Amazon. The other parts like the motherboard and my fan, I ended up buying those new. And then I had a couple hard drives from an older computer that I was able to bring into this one. That saved me some money too, and got my final build to less than $1,000, which is sweet. I didn't record a full breakdown of me building the computer, but here's a couple of quick clips. I got one of me putting in the CPU fan radiator. I did the liquid cooled system. I kind of splurged on that one. You definitely can get a cheaper fan, but I wanted RGB, and I mean, it looks cool, right? So I'm a fan of that. I also added my hard drive on the back, graphics card, you name it. And after remembering to turn the power switch on in the back and switch my monitor over to HDMI, it did actually work on the first try, which was awesome. Oh. Getting Windows ready. Oh my gosh. Did I get it first try? Here we go. Look at it. It worked. It worked on the first try. Let's go. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. And now finally, just please be safe when you're buying stuff online from strangers. Meet up in a spot that you're both comfortable with and know that it is a risk buying a used component, but that's what you got to do if you want to keep the price low on your build. Hope this video was helpful. If you want to hang out with me some more, consider subscribing, like the video if you enjoyed it. I will probably be streaming soon on Twitch now that I actually have a setup for it. So stay tuned if you're interested. Thanks again for watching. I will see you all later. Peace.